afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to bring you 5 quick little groups of exercises that will help you to either release tension and stress and stiffness immediately from your neck and shoulders and head, perhaps even relinquish a stress headache. If that sounds good to you, then stick around because we are going to do that here momentarily. I'm bringing this video to you today so that you can take care of yourself and be your best. Take care of yourself so that you can take real care of others, because that's what the grand scheme of things is about, isn't it? We don't want to be selfish and self-centered. We want to be optimal so that we can contribute to the lives of others in a way that makes us feel whole. So between Yoga with Adriene and Dr. Berg, I've been able to find these 5 best kinds of self-massage or stretching that you can do that I find gives me immediate relief from a tension-related headache, as well as loosening up my neck and shoulders, helping me focus on whatever task is at hand, trying to melt the stress away. And again, this can be done to positively impact if you are having a tension headache, or you can do it in a maybe 3 or 4 times a week, or daily in the morning when you wake up. If you're stiff, you can stretch out and help prevent tension headaches in the future. So let's get started with number 1. First, all of the tension in our upper body, from what I understand, is interconnected. So I like to start with one of Yoga with Adriene's recommendations and do a self-temple massage. So for that and all of these stretches, you're gonna wanna sit upright on the floor or in a chair. It's just really important. You want to have a straight spine with your shoulders rolled back and away from your ears. If you're tense, you may find that they're, coming up towards your ears. We want them back and away to support and protect the neck while we're doing these exercises. So for the temple massage, you're just going to take your index and middle finger on both hands and place them on your temples and gently rub in a circular motion. And you don't have to stay in one spot. You can kind of move lower on your temples. You can do tighter little circles, or you can go slower if that's more relaxing for you. But you just want to spend some time relaxing and loosening your jaw and rotating your fingers around on your temples like this. It should feel really good. Awesome. I feel the stress melting away already. Next, we're going to do number 2. It's also a self-massage, also from Yoga with Adriene is where I found it from, and I just love her. So you're going to take, again, your middle and index fingers on both hands, and this is going to be a jaw self-massage. So one thing you'll want to do is make sure that you're not actually tensing your jaw and keeping it tight or clenching your teeth together. You want to, let your jaw go and then get your fingers up by your ears and on your jaw joint and massage. And sometimes you can put them close together and move them around and do those massages, or you can keep them further apart, maybe one next to the ear and one below. But you just want to keep your spine straight, your jaw relaxed, your shoulders down and back, and use those 2 fingers to massage the jaw. I don't grind my teeth, but I often will clench my jaw in my sleep, and did much more when I was younger, and it can really contribute to tension headaches. So that's number 2. Next, we're going to move on to some simple neck stretches. 3 is going to be neck rolls. Now, one of the things that I learned, again, this is also from Yoga with Adriene, is that the neck rolls of the 80s and all the aerobic classes is not it. You don't want to just let your head fall over and be hyperextended in any of the directions, especially not in the back of your neck. So what you want to do is you actually want to keep your head straight and look, rotate your head on the axis while your neck is still straight. And you'll find that actually feels quite good. When I go down, I can feel it pulling from my upper back. When I turn to the sides, I can feel it kind of coming down my arms and my shoulders. And then you can reverse the circle if you've not ever done a neck stretch like this before, it feels quite different. And then of course, you can move in that more traditional roll where you're letting your neck relax a little bit, but you want to keep your shoulders rolled back and make sure that you're not, you're being extra gentle. You can reverse it, and that you are not letting your neck flap down or flop down and be in a place where it's hyperextended. And then you can kind of go back, get right again, and you can do the, you're kind of looking. I probably look ridiculous doing this, but you know what? It feels good, it's relaxing, and if it gets rid of a tension headache or prevents you from having one, totally worth it. I'll make a fool out of myself for all of you guys, because I got you. This one is life-changing. Again, this is another one that I learned from yoga with Adriene. So everybody knows like the turn your neck on your shoulder and turn your neck on your other shoulder, and you're getting that long stretch down here through the side of your neck. But this one uses your arms and your hands in order to make a difference. So what you're gonna do is, if we're doing the right side, you're going to lean your neck to the right while your back is straight and your shoulders are back. And so you're starting to feel the stretch right here, but then you're gonna take the hand on the side that you're stretching and put it out and down beside you. But then you're gonna flip your hand up. So you're gonna flip your hand up like this and slowly start to raise your arm from your shoulder joint with your hand up. And you do not have to go far, go very slowly, and you will soon feel a little bit of a pulling from the palm of your hand and your fingers all the way up your arm and right up here into your neck. And it is the deepest, most delicious stretch. From there, you're going to want to continue to breathe deeply and slowly while you keep your head to the opposite side that you're stretching, and slowly, ever so slightly, look down, and you'll feel the pull move to the back of your neck and down your arm and shoulder, and then back to even, and then tilt your chin up and roll your head back slightly, and then you're going to feel it a little bit down here in the front. And it is like it, and you breathe, and it just feels amazing. And then when you're done, unflex your hand and let your arm fall to your side, and then slowly bring your neck back to center. I mean, this whole area is just like loose now. So let's do the other side. Ready? Back straight, shoulders back. Let your head go straight to the other shoulder. We're gonna do the left side, and then put your arm out beside you. Flick back at the wrist so your hand is up, and then slowly raise your arm from the shoulder while it's straight, just ever so slightly. And you'll feel it inside your neck and down your arm and the palm of your hand. Take a deep breath. And then let's do the variation. Tilt your head slightly forward. It's that same deep stretch. If you're not feeling it, you just ever so slightly lift your arm up, but not far, because you will feel it very quickly. And then let's go back to the middle and then tilt the chin up, and that starts to get right in the front here. And when we get to number 5, I'm gonna explain the part that I learned from Dr. Berg, and it's gonna really help with the front of your torso and your collarbones. All right, and let's lower the arm and bring our head back to normal. Now that side's all loose. Everything's starting to feel pretty loose. If you have a tension headache, you may find that your headache feels like it's not existent while you're doing these stretches. That's what happens to me. But time for the 5th and final exercise. One of the principles that Dr. Berg taught me is that when you have tightness in a muscle group, you don't want to stretch that muscle group. You want to stretch the opposite one to help release the tension of the one that is sore. So it's a game of opposites. And I will share an anecdote about this when we're done. But basically what we want to do is, if you're having a tension headache from your shoulders and your neck and your back being tight, that's on the back side of your body. So stretching, forward and arcing your chest so that you're stretching your back muscles and putting your head down like this so you're stretching the back of your neck, that is good. But what we really want to do is loosen where the neck attaches to the torso in the front. And so the way that we do that is sitting up straight, rolling our shoulders back, keep your head oriented straight up to the sky. Then you're to do the left side, you're gonna turn your head to the right and tilt your chin up while not crunching in the back of the neck. And then you're going to feel a pull. Sorry about my dog's barking. I'm gonna give her a minute. You're gonna feel a pulling right here. Sometimes you can drop this shoulder down and you'll feel that you're stretching this muscle in the front of your collarbone. And you can just look that way, take a few deep breaths, relax your stomach, but keep your back straight. And then when you're ready, just come and bring it back to the center. Let's do the right side. So for that, back straight, head up. I'm gonna turn the head to the right and then lift the chin and look back at an angle. And you can see I kind of drop this shoulder, and man, that feels so good right here across my collarbone. And you might be thinking, well, that's not where my tension is. It's in the back of my neck and my shoulders, or maybe your headache is in the back of your head. But when you're doing this, what you're doing is you're relieving the tension in the front of your body. If you've not been doing like chest presses or chest flies, and you've not been stretching out your chest, you can get very tight right here, and that can add to the tension from a headache. So, I am not a personal trainer. I am not a doctor. This is not medical advice. This is just me showing you what works for me, because I got you, boo. So now, oh my God, that move, that last fifth move, that's the best one in my opinion. And I'll tell you why. So those are the 5 exercises that you can do to either reduce the significance of a tension headache or to prevent from getting one if you're very stressed out at work. Now I'd like to share just a little bit with you about my reason for bringing this to you. My goal here is to help relieve stress and pain and discomfort that you may be experiencing so that you can focus on and do the things you want to do. So one of the reasons that I'm starting this channel is that my mainstream employment has started to become a source of discomfort for me physically and mentally. And with the stress, I have been noticing a lot of physical symptoms in my body, one of which is tension headache. And I have been using these moves to give myself immediate relief when I get them. It also works for me when I get hormonal headaches. So ladies, if you get those headaches that flare up at certain times in the month, you may find that this is successful before you have to reach out and take an over-the-counter pain medication. I am looking on this channel to support myself with these things in my body that have become painful, because I want to be able to not only do a good job at my job, because that's important to me, but I also want to be able to work on something outside of it, which is this YouTube channel. And I want to help other people to be able to feel better so that they can work on their passion project, or have even the bandwidth or the wellness to be able to be like, oh, I just worked a full day, but I want to go work on a YouTube channel like Jennifer, or I want to go work on an art project. What I started finding was that I'm so drained with my work that I get off and I'm basically just a bump on the log on the couch, and I'll tell my husband, all right, vegetation mode on, and I'm basically just relaxing for a few minutes before it's time to go to bed, and then I get up and do it all over again. And I don't like the way that it feels being stuck in that rut of not being able to do the things that are good for me, or that I want to do, or that I enjoy to do, or that are things that interest me. So if you're having a lot of stress and tension from work, use these hacks to fix that problem, and then maybe you'll find yourself feeling better to where you can work on and focus on the things that you want to do that might give you a greater sense of freedom. My hope is that you will, and you'll continue on this journey with me while I'm doing that, so that we can all live happily ever after as much as possible. The other thing that I will share about my personal experience is that I guess I really just wanted you guys to know that I am invested in helping you find ways, and I have learned a lot of things over the last 7 or 8 years that I have practiced myself, that have worked for me, that I have curated. And if I can pass along that information to you and have you have less pain and suffering and increase your functioning and your focus and how you feel about yourself, even to where you can make a difference in your life that's positive. Maybe you're looking for a change or a shift because you're kind of done with the status quo. Like, let's go do this together. So this concludes my video of 5 simple exercises that you can do to relieve the stress caused by a tension headache. These have been my hacks that I have used, and they work really well, and I'm about to start implementing them preventatively because who wants a tension headache? Definitely stay tuned. I put out videos here every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, early in the morning, Eastern Standard Time, in the United States. And I will be looking forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care. All right. Bye. Ciao for now.